Hello everyone, Scooty007 here bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game we have the 2-1 New York Mets taking on the 3-1 Atlanta Braves here at Turner Field. And here is the starting lineup for the New York Mets. Leading off, the shortstop, Jose Reyes. Batting second, the second baseman, Luis Castillo. Batting third, the third baseman, David Wright. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the center fielder, Carlos Beltran. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Carlos Delago. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Ryan Church. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Angel Pagan. Batting eighth, the catcher, Brian Schneider. And batting ninth, the pitcher, John Maine. On the mound for the Braves, it is Tim Hudson. ERA coming into this game of 4.50. Let's take a look at his stats so far in this replay. 1 win, no loss, a 4.50 ERA. Pitched 6 innings, allowed 10 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks. We're here at Turner Field, which gives a -1 to strikes and a +2 to walks. And with that, Jose Reyes steps into the batter's box, and we are ready to get this game started here at Turner Field. Reyes comes in with a 154 average. Here's the pitch. And that is 3-5. 3-5. Home run chance on a 1-13. That's a 1. 7 or less, and Reyes smacks this baby out of here. And that is a 5. And kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is out of here. Solo home run for Jose Reyes for the New York Mets. And they take a 1-run lead. And the Mets strike first here in the first inning. Luis Castillo batting an .083 average. Here's the pitch. Can't top that with a home run right out of the gate. 5-2. That's going to be a range play. And that is going to be a 5-5. That's going to be a fly ball to Coste. Coste's range is a 1. That's a 3. And that is going to be a single. So Luis Castillo on with a single as the Mets lead off with that solo home run. They're just starting that rally right now, it looks like. Next up, it's David Wright. David Wright, the third baseman, batting a .429 average. Runner on first, no outs. Infield going to double play depth. Strategy roll is a 7. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-4. That's going to be a strikeout. However, that's an 8. The 12 is too high. 6-3, ground ball to short. And that is going to be a fielder's choice. Castillo gets forced out at second. And David Wright is on first. We have a steal sign coming up. Strategy roll is a 3. That's a steal for David Wright. Wright has a 15. That is going to be a +2, +1. That's going to be a +2. No, -2. Sorry. It's going to be a -2. It's going to be a -1. That's going to be a 14 or better. And that is a 17, and he got caught stealing. So he got caught trying to steal second. He tried to press his luck, and it did not work out this time. Beltran up, infield now at normal depth. Beltran batting a .273. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 3-1. That's going to be a strike 7. That's a 7 for Beltran. 20 is too high. And that is going to be 5-6. That's a double star 6. That's a fly ball out to the coast day. Out number 3. So that retires the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, none left on. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves. Leading off, the shortstop, Yunel Escobar. Batting second, the center fielder, Mark Coste. Batting third, the third baseman, Chipper Jones. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Mark Teixeira. Batting fifth, the catcher, Brian McCain. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Jeff Francoeur. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Josh Anderson. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Martin Pedro. Batting ninth, the pitcher, Tim Hudson. On the mound for the Mets, it's John Maine. Maine, 10 wins, 8 losses, a 4.18 ERA, 140 innings pitched, allowed 122 hits, 122 strikeouts, and 65 walks. First time we're seeing him in this replay. And here comes Yunel Escobar batting a .313 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 3-6. That's going to be a strikeout plus. We had 10. We had 9 because of the -1. That's a 16. For his strikeout rating, that's a 9, and he struck him out looking. Next up, Mark Coste. Coste batting a .214 average. Here's the pitch. 6-1. That's a strikeout plus as well. That's a 16. That's a 4. And struck him out looking. Next up, Chipper Jones. Jones batting a .389 average. Here's the pitch. The pitch to Jones, 2-1. That's going to be That's going to be an error, possible error on a ground ball. And that's going to be 6-2. That's going to be a single past Church. Error rating is a 5. That's a 17. No error there. And Chipper Jones gets on with a single. Next up, Mark Teixeira. Teixeira batting a .400 average. Strategy rolls a 9. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-1. That's going to be a strikeout plus. That's an 18. That's a 9. Struck him out. And no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom. We go to the top of the second. It's going to be Carlos, Ryan, and Angel due up for the Mets. Here's the pitch to Carlos. Carlos batting a .333 average. And that is going to be 6-3. 6-3 is a blank. 5-5. That's going to be a ground ball to second. And that is out number 1. Ryan Church. Church batting a .417. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 3-4. 3-4 is a blank. And that's going to be 5-4. Fly ball out there to right field for out number 2. Angel Pagan batting a 100 average. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 3-6. 3-6 is a walk. That's a 19. That's a 1. And they walk them. Next up, Brian Schneider, runner on first, infield at normal depth. He's batting a 455 average. Strategy rolls a 5, so the Mets holding off on Strat. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-1. 6-1 is a range play at Turner Field. And that is going to be 2-6. That is an S plus 7. So that's going to go out there to Anderson. Anderson's range is on a 1-3. That's a 1. He gets the play. Had to go all the way back to the warning track to make that play to get the out. So the Mets leave 1 stranded, no runs, 1 no hits, no errors, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Brian, Jeff, and Josh due up for the Braves. Here's the pitch to Brian. Brian batting a 455 average. And that is going to be 5-4. 5-4 is a strike. That's a 6. That's a 4. Struck him out. Next up, Jeff Francoeur batting a 316 average. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-3. 6-3 is a blank. And that is going to be 3-3. Fly ball to Pagan for out number 2. Josh Anderson up. First time we're seeing him in this replay. Here is the pitch to Anderson. 6-6. That's a blank. And that is going to be 3-5. That's going to be a line drive back to the pitcher to Maine. Maine gets it, tosses over to first. For out number 3. So that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2, it's Mets 1, Braves nothing. Due up, it's going to be Josh, Jose, and Lewis for the Mets. Josh Maine, here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-6. That's a range play. And that's going to be 3-6, double star 3. Ground ball to Teixeira. Teixeira's range is at a 1-4. That is a 4. And he gets him out. Makes the play. We go to the top of the order. Jose Reyes batting a 214 average. Home run. Led off this game with a home run. Here's the pitch to Reyes. 1-1. Error on a ground ball. Possible error on a ground ball. 6-2. That's a double to Coste. Error rating is a 0. That's a 13. There's no error committed there. And that is a double for Reyes. Next up, Luis Castillo. It is 1 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls a 19. Infield going to double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-6. 6-6 is a double star. Ground ball to Pardo. And that's going to be it out at first. Reyes will advance to third on that play. So the Mets have a runner in scoring position. David Wright up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls a 15. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-3. That is a possible error. 1-1. Pop up to the shortstop. That is Escobar's error rating is on a 1 to 6. That's an 8. No error there. And that retires the side as the Mets leave one stranded in scoring position. No runs, one hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Martin, Tim, and Yunel due up for the Atlanta Braves. Martin Pardo, he's batting a .636 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-2. That's going to be a hit by pitch. That's a 1. That is a -2. 13 is too high. So he got out of the way quickly on that one. 5-3. Ground ball to short. Out number 1. Tim Hudson, the pitcher. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-2. That's also going to be a hit by pitch. That's a 0. So Hudson also got out of the way on that one. 2-6. Line drive to Maine. Gets it, tosses over to the first baseman for out number 2. Top of the order. Here's Escobar. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. The pitch. And that is going to be 3-2. That's a blank. 5-1. Fly ball to Church. And that retires the side. So the Mets retire the Braves in order. 3 up, 3 down. Easy inning to score. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, it's New York 1, Atlanta nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. It's Carlos, and Ryan due up for the Mets. Carlos Beltran 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 6-2, strike, that's a blank. And that's going to be 6-3. That's going to be a single past Escobar. And Beltran leads off with a single here in the 4th inning. Carlos Thiago, 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls of 15. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-5. Range play at Turner Field. And that is going to be 2-3. That's a double star 1. That is a ground ball to second. And that is a double play. And they turn to Diago out at first, Beltran out at second, Diago out at first, and they turn 2 on that one. Next up, Ryan Church. Church is 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. Infield at normal depth, 5-1, hit by pitch, nope. That's a 0, so Church does not get hit by the pitch. 3-2, ground ball to short. Escobar making the play on that one. Tosses it over across the horn to first for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Mark Chipper and Mark due up for the Braves. Here's Mark Coste, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The pitch. That's going to be 6-6. 6-6 is a blank. And that is going to be 5-3. Fly ball to Pagan for out number 1. Chipper Jones is up. He's batting a .421 average. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-2. That's going to be a hit by pitch. That's a miss. And that's going to be 1-5. Pop up to second. Out number 2. To Sheriff. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The pitch. And that is going to be 4-5. That's a walk. That's a 14. The 18 is too high. 3-3. That's a ground ball to first. And that is out number 3. So the Mets retire the Braves in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, it's Mets 1, Braves nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. It is Angel, Brian, and John due up for the Mets. Angel Pagan walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-6. 4-6 is our range play. And that is going to be 5-3. That is a fly ball to Coste. Range is a 1. That's a 4. That is a failed catch. And Pagan leads off with a single. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Brian Schneider, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy infield going to double play depth. Strategy roll is a 15. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 2-5. 2-5 is a strike. That's a 7. That's a 2. He struck him out. All right, infield coming in. We do have the pitcher coming up, John Main. Strategy roll is a 10. Here's the pitch. Main 0 for 1 on the day, 6-6. That is a strike. That's a 23. That's a 1. He struck him out. Infield back to normal depth. As we go to the top of the order, here's Jose Rios. He is 2 for 2 on the day. The pitch, strategy roll 19. And that is going to be 5-3. That is a walk plus. That's a 20. That's a 3, and they walk them. All right, that puts runners on first and second. That's going to bring up Luis Castillo, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll is a 9. Infield at normal depth. And that is going to be 3-4. That's a blank. And that's going to be 5-2. Ground ball to second. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. As the Mets leave 2 stranded, we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Brian, Jeff, and Josh due up for the Braves. Brian McCain, 0 for 1 on the day, struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-3. That is a range play. And that's going to be 3-1. That's a double to Church. He goes back to the wall to try to make that play. That is a 5. Range is a 1. He got it. And he takes that away for out number 1. Jeff Franco up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 1-6. That's a strike. That's an 8. That's a 6. Struck him out. Okay. Josh Anderson. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2 outs. And that is going to be 3-2. That's a double star. That's going to be a ground ball to Reyes for out number 3. So the Mets retire the Braves in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the after 5. It's Mets 1, Braves nothing. We go to the top of the 6th. It's David Wright, Carlos Beltran, and Carlos Delgado up. Due up for the Mets. So 3, 4, and 5 slots. Here's the pitch to David Wright, who's 0 for 2 on the day. And that is going to be 4-2. That's going to be a strike. That's an 8. That's a 3. And he struck him out. Carlos Beltran is 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-2. That's a blank. And that is going to be 3-2. That is a ground ball to second for out number 1. Out number 2. Carlos Dialgo up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1-1. Error on a ground ball. 2-1. Ground ball to first. Error rating is on a 1 to 3. That's a 1. That's a ground error. And that is a one-base error for Carlos Dialgo, who gets on with an error made by Teixeira. 1 error for the Mets. As we now bring up Ryan Church. Infield at normal depth. Ryan Church up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll, by the way, is a 15. And that is going to be 5-3. That is a walk plus. We add 12. That's a 22. That's a 2, and they walk them. All right, we have a pickoff attempt on a 1 to 2. It's a balk. That's a 10. Nothing happens. Angel Pagano, 1 for 1 on the day with a walk, 2-6. That's going to be a double star. Ground ball to third. And that is out number 3. No runs, no hits, 1 error. As the Mets leave 2 stranded, we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Martin, Tim, and Yorno due up. All right, here's Martin Pardo. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. Pardo, 2-2, wild pitch. Nope. 4-2, range play. And that is going to be 3-5. Question mark 9. That's a 15. That's going to be a triple to Church. And Church's range is on a 1 to 5. That's a 2. And that is a successful catch. He got him out as he tried to go for that triple. Tim Hudson up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-3. That's going to be a wild pit foul ball. We're going to re-roll the die. 1-3, blank. 6-3, fly ball to Pagan for out number 2. We go to the top of the order. Here's Juno Escobar, who's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. The pitch. And that is going to be 6-5 at the ballpark. And that is going to be 2-1, double star 4, ground ball to Reyes. And that is out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors as the Mets retire the Braves in order. We go to the top. After 6, it's Mets 1, Braves nothing. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Brian, John, and Reyes due up. Tim Hudson can face 1 more batter before he is tired. We'll see what happens here. Here's Brian Schneider, who's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. The Braves are warming up their bullpen from what I hear. 1-4. That is a home run. That's a 10. However, the 12 is too high. And that is going to be 3-5. Ground ball to second. Out number 1. John Maine. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. They're going to let him take this last inning here. They're going to let him play. And that is going to be 1-1. That's going to be a possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be 2-4. That is a single to third. And Maine is on with a single. So they're going to leave Maine on. It's a pickoff attempt. That's a 20, nothing happens there. So Maine stays on. We go to the top of the order. Tim Hudson now tired. And that's going to be 6-6. That's going to be a double star. Ground ball to third, to the shortstop. And Maine is forced out. And Rios is on at first. And that's going to bring up Luis Castillo, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 2-3. That's a blank. 6-2. Fly ball to Coste. And Singh, take me out to the ball game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Mark Coste, Chipper Jones, and Mark Teixeira due up for the Braves. Let's take a look at the box score real quick as we head into the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Mets have scored 1 run, and they have held Atlanta scoreless through 6. So the Mets have 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. Atlanta at this point, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. John Maine can face 5 more batters. They are going to pull him. They're going to leave him in. They're going to let him pitch the 6th. All right, here's the pitch to Coste. And that is going to be 3-5. That is a home run. That's a 6. The 19 is too high. 2-5, double star 3, fly ball out there to Church. Out number 1. Chipper Jones, 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 5-1, range play at Turner Field. 5-4, question mark 9. That's going to be a 9. That's going to go out there to Church. Church's range is on a 1 to 5. That's a 4. And that's out number 2. Next up, Mark Teixeira. Teixeira's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 1-3. That is a blank. And that is going to be 4-2. Double star 6. Fly ball out to the Beltre for out number 3. So the Mets retire the Braves in order. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 7, it's New York 1, Atlanta nothing. We go to the top of the 8th. It is David Wright, Carlos Beltrade, and Carlos Delgado due up for the Mets. And that is going to do it for Tim Hudson. Hudson has been called back during that last inning there. And for the Mets, we have a right switch right. And they are going to bring in Julian Travez to come in the pitch. He has 1 win, 5 losses, a 5.10 ERA, 54 and 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 73 hits, 51 walks, and 42 strikeouts. Let's take a look at the stats here as we do say goodbye to Tim Hudson. Tim Hudson went 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, ERA of 2.77. So Julian Travers will have to face David Wright, Carlos Beltran, and Carlos Delgado. Here's the pitch to David Wright. He's 0 for 3 on the day. 2-6, that's going to be a walk. That's a 16. That's a 7, and they walk him. Infield now at double play depth as David Wright gets walked to first. Carlos Beltran, 1 for 3 on the day. Strategy roll 15, so the Mets hold off. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-5. That's a strike. That's a 7. The 19 too high. 2-2, double star 3. Ground ball to Escobar. And that is a double play. That is a double play there. And the Braves turn 2 as Carlos Delgado comes up. He's 0 for 3. That's the second double play of this game. Carlos Delgado comes up. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And that is going to be 1-6. And Diallo gets on with a single. All right, Ryan Church. 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. Strategy rolls 15. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 3-1. That's going to be a strike. That's an 11. The 14 is too high. And that's going to be 3-6. That is going to be a ground ball to short to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Brian McCann, Jeff Francoeur, and Josh Anderson due up for Atlanta. And that is going to do it for John Maine, who went 7 innings. He went the distance that the Mets wanted him to do today, and he did 7. So the Mets are pretty happy with that. But now he's going to get some much-needed rest, and they're going to go to the bullpen on this one here. We do have... We have a left, right, left coming up, and they are going to go with... They're going to bring in Joe Smith. Now Joe Smith only went 1/3 of an inning and got 1 strikeout. So let's take a look here at the stats for John Maine. John Maine went 7 innings, only allowed 1 hit, and 5 strikeouts on the day. No ERA there. So Joe Smith coming in. He's going to face McCain, Francoeur, and Anderson. Here's the pitch to Brian McCain, who's 0 for 2 on the day. 4-2, that's going to be a strike. 6, that's a 7. The 7 is too high. 1-2, that's going to be a double. And McCain is on with a double. Pickoff attempt. He doesn't pick anyone off, but that's a 5. Here's the pitch to Jeff, who's 0 for 2 on the day. 4-6 at the ballpark. 3-6, that's going to be a double star 3. Fly ball to Beltran, and that is out number 1. All right, infield at double play depth still. Here's Josh Anderson. Anderson 0 for 2 on the day. The pitch. And that's going to be 2-1. That is a home run chance. However, that's a 0. So nothing happens there with the home run. 6-1. Fly ball to Church for out number 2. Martin Pardo up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Strategy rolls a 9. Infield at normal depth, the pitch. And that is going to be 1-4. That's going to be a walk result. That's an 11. The 15 is too high. 6-6. Fly ball to Church. And that retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. After 8, it's Mets 1, Braves nothing. But will we see some 9th inning magic? It is Angel Pagan, Brian Schneider, and Joe Smith due up for the Mets. And Julian Travers is done. As he went 1 inning, they're going to bring in a relief pitcher now for the Mets. And it is a switch left-right. So we are going to go with they're going to bring in Will. Actually, they're going to bring in Will. Yep. Will Ohan to complete this. He went 2 and he only pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no walk so far in this replay. Taking a look at the stats here for Julian Travers, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout. 1 walk. And let's take a look here at the box score. Mets. The only run scored in this game so far, and that was a leadoff home run back in the 1st inning. So 1 run, 7 hits, no errors so far. Atlanta, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. Angel Pagan, here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-4. That's going to be a walk plus. We had 12. That's a 14. The 17 is too high. And that is going to be 2-3. That's going to be a pop-up to Escobar. Out number 1. Brian Schneider due up. He's 0 for 3 on the day. They are going to let him stay in this game. 3-6. Double star. Ground ball to short for out number 2. Joe Smith, no, they are not going to let him pitch. They are going to bring in Robinson Cancel. Robinson Cancel comes in to pinch hit for the pitcher. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-1. That's a strikeout. That's a 5. That's a 1. He struck him out. So the Mets, the Braves have retired the Mets in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Mets are going to bring in their closer, Billy Wagner, to come in and try to get the save here. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Luis Castillo is going to come out. And they're going to bring in Reyes to pitch, to take over at second. Everyone else is fine where they are. Here's the pitch to Will Ohan. No, not taking that. They're going to bring in Omar Infinite to pinch. Here's the pitch. Remember, Billy Wagner has a special K. 5-2. That is a walk. That's a 7. The 16 is too high. If this is a 1 through 5, no, 15. 15 too high on the special K. 4-4. Question mark 7. That is an 8. That is going to be a double. So Omar Infinite on with a double. Infinite going to come out. They're going to bring in Jorge Blanco to pinch run. We go to the top of the order. Juno Escobar. Strategy rolls a 9. Infield at double play depth. The pitch. 1-2. Blank. 17 too high. 5-3. Single to first. Blanco comes around and ties the game. Escobar on first. The Braves have the go-ahead run on first. The crowd here at Turner Field is on their feet. Escobar's steal rating is a 6. 19, caught him stealing. And that is out number 2, out number 1. Costa, here's the pitch. 6-4. Strikeout 3, that's a 1. Struck him out. Chipper Jones. 1-3, range play. 6-2, single to Church. Church's range is on a 1-5, that's a 2. And we go to extra innings. We are in free baseball. So let's take a look here for that. It is a switch right. And they're going to bring in, and I'm going to let the computer pick this one out. Joyce Ring is going to come in to pitch. Joyce Ring, I don't think they went 1 1/3 of an inning pitch. No hits, no strikeouts, no walks. Taking a look here at the stats for Joyce Ring. For Willie Ullman, with 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout on that one. So 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. This game is now tied as we go to the top of the 10th. Jose Reyes, he's going to face Jose Reyes, Argent Reyes, and David Wright. And that is going to be 2-5. That is going to be a blank. And that is going to be 5-4. Ground ball to second. Reyes up. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-6. That's a strike. That's a 9. That's a 4. Struck him out. All right. David Wright due up. He's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. 2-2. Hit by pitch. That's a 14. That's going to add a +10. That's a 3. And David Wright is on pickoff attempt. And that's a 20. That's a 1 through 6. That's a 3. And he got caught. And that is a balk. So David Wright will go to second as the Mets have the go-ahead run on second. Here's Carlos Beltran. Was 1 for 4 on the day, and that is going to be 3-3. That is a wild pitch. That's a 15. Nothing happens. 1-1, ground ball to first, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It's Mark Teixeira, Brian McCain, and Jeff Francoeur due up. Billy Wagner not going to play in this inning, so they are retiring Billy Wagner. And the Mets are going to bring in Scott Schwolness. No wins, no losses, no saves. ERA 2 wins, 6 losses, 1 save, a 3.34 ERA. 56 and 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 55 hits, 34 strikeouts, and 17 walks. Let's take a look here at the stats real quick. For Billy Wagner, went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. ERA of 4.50. To Mark Teixeira, 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-4. That's going to be a hit by pitch. And he's on by a hit by pitch. Infield at double play depth. Brian McCain up. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout. Strategy rolls a 7, so the Braves holding off. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-1 at the ballpark. We go to Turner Field. 3-2. Ground ball to second. And that is going to be a fielder's choice. Teixeira out. And McCain is on. So for McCain, they're going to make that, they are going to pinch run him. And they're going to bring in Brandon Jones to pinch run for him. Pickoff attempt on a 1 through 9. 5, picked him off. So that was and that is going to bring up Jeff Francoeur. They tried. 4-1 at the ballpark. 3-4. That is a blank. That's a rare play. Third base goes in the hole to make the play and hurts himself on the play. Resolve play as a G5 range play. Check for injury to third base after the range play. So right range is on a 1 to 3. That is going to be a 4. That is outside the range. That is a double. And no injury to David Wright. So Wright is still good. As the Braves now have a runner in scoring position. And that is going to make Scott tired. However, they are going to leave him in. They want to see what he can do for 1 more out. Josh Anderson up. Here's the pitch. 1-4. That's a blank. 3-2. Line drive back to the pitcher. And that is out number 3. So we're going to have to bring in a new catcher. And they are going to bring in Brian Penna to catch. So Penna comes in to catch. Coste is out at center. No, he stays in. Over there. All right, and we go to the top of the 11th. Joyce Ring is tired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 10, score still tied at 0. Score still tied at 1 apiece. Joyce Ring tired after that. So the Mets are the Braves are going to bring in. This is going to be a Jeff Bennett. So Jeff Bennett, let's take a look at his stats. He has an ERA of 3.0, went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. 3-3, that is going to be a walk. And he leads off with a walk. Ryan Church, 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Church. I want to see something. Do we have any more right fielders coming in? Yes. So they're going to pinch hit for Ryan Church. And that is going to be Abraham Nunez. Carlos Delgado is not going to pinch run. They're going to bring in Fernando to run. They want to try to get this run here. Strategy rolls a 9, infield at double play depth. 5-3. That's a blank. 3-2. Pop up to third. All right, here's Angel Pagan, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Strategy rolls a 15. Infield still at double play depth. And that is going to be for 5. That's a strikeout. 7. The 14 too high. 3-6 ground ball to short. And that is going to be on a fielder's choice. So Franco is out. Pagan is on. All right, Brian Schneider is up. He's 0 for 4 in the day. The pitch. 4-6. That's a strike. That's a 7. That's a 7. Struck him out. All right, and the Mets are going to have to go to the bullpen here on right field. So we're going to take care of right field first. They're going to bring in Nixon for right field. And for first base, it's going to be Anderson. Marlon Anderson's going to take over at first. That's going to do it for Scott. As the Mets bring in Jorge Soto. Oh. What position am I? Short. 1, 2, 3. Left. I'm missing a right fielder. Yep. Look, he's already in the... So Tias is going to take over at right field. All right, here's the pitch. Jorge Soto, we haven't seen him yet. 4 wins, 1 loss, a 7.06 ERA, 21 and 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 30 hits, 12 strikeouts, 7 walks. Here's the pitch to Pardo. And that is going to be 3-1. That's going to be a strike. 6. That's a 14. 14 too high. 3-2. That is a double star 4. Fly ball out there to Tias for out number 1. Jeff Bennett not going to take the hit. And they're going to bring in Greg Norton to pitch. To pinch hit. Norton, 6-2, range play. 6-1, double. Tias range is a 1, that's a 4. And they're going to let Brent Lillibridge come in to pinch run. We go to the top of the order. Here's Juno Escobar. He's 1 for 4. 5-5. That is a walk. That's a 16. The 17 too high. 6-2. Question mark 9. That's a 5. That's going to be a single. We have a 2. Lillibridge on third. Let's see. Lead runner advances. If roll is less than or equal to, it is. Lillibridge comes home. And Escobar will advance. And that is... And that is the game, folks. The Braves defeat the Mets 2-1 on a walk-off single. Final line score coming right up. What a game here in Atlanta. Final score, Atlanta 2, Mets 1. Atlanta wins with 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. New York, 1 run on 7 hits, no errors. Jeff Bennett is your winning pitcher today. Jorge Soto draws the walls. Jose Rios, the only player with the home run in this game, picked up 3. Let's take a look at the pitching stats here. Jorge Soto draws the loss. He went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 earned run, ERA of 30. Jeff Bennett, your winning pitcher, went 1 inning, allowed 1 walk, 1 strikeout at 2.57 ERA. So Billy Wagner, Scott Schronis, and we didn't do this during the game here when we go into extra innings. Scott Schronis went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, and 1 hit by pitch, no ERA there. Joyce Ring went 1 inning as well. 1 strikeout, 1 hit by pitch, 1 balk as well. Will Ohan went 1 inning as well, had 1 strikeout. Billy Wagner, 1 inning as well. 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, ERA of 4.50. What a game. This game went 11 innings. And the crowd here at Turner Field goes wild on the win for Atlanta. Until next time, hey, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles. And until next time, I'm Scoonie007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.